How does a kid go from making beats in his bedroom to headlining the biggest festivals on earth? Martin Garrix pulled it off and flipped the dance world on its head while he was at it, at just 17. He blew up with Animals, a track that took over the charts and dance floors everywhere, but that was just the beginning. With serious work ethic, huge dreams, and the guts to build his own brand, Garrix became one of the most influential names in EDM. This is how a Dutch teenager became a global superstar and changed the scene for good. Born Martin Garrix in 1996 in Amstelveen, Martin had music in his blood from the start. He picked up the guitar at 8, but the real spark came in 2004. Watching Tiesto perform at the Athens Olympics, that moment flipped the switch he wanted to move crowds just like that. Instead of just daydreaming, he dove in. Martin downloaded FL Studio and started remixing tracks in his bedroom, spending hours figuring out how the pros did it. While his friends were gaming, he was tweaking beats and exploring sounds. His parents supported him but wanted him to have a strong education too. So he went to the Herman Brood Academy, known for shaping future artists. There, he leveled up, both creatively and technically, getting ready for bigger things. Shortly after finishing school, he connected with Spinnin' Records, one of the world's biggest dance labels. They spotted his talent and took a chance on him. Martin was still a teenager, but determined to prove he belonged on the global stage. Signing with Spinnin' was the launch pad he'd been working toward, and it set him up for the biggest break of his life. In 2013, Martin Garrix changed everything with Animals. He was just 17 when the song dropped, but it spread like wildfire. The pounding drop and catchy hook took over clubs, festivals, and charts all over the world. No one could believe someone that young had made such a powerful anthem. Animals hit #1 on Beatport and even cracked the UK singles chart. A huge feat for a mostly instrumental EDM track. DJs everywhere started spinning it, and suddenly Martin was getting booked at the world's biggest festivals. Before he'd even finished high school, the magic of Animals was its raw, simple energy. It made people lose their minds on the dance floor. That song proved Martin wasn't just another kid with a lucky break. He had the talent and vision to become a true game changer, and he was just getting started. Once Animals exploded, Martin's schedule went from quiet to absolutely insane. He was booked at Ultra, Tomorrowland, Coachella, sharing lineups with legends he'd looked up to for years. Even more impressive, he was still a teenager, playing for crowds of tens of thousands who knew every drop of his hit. But instead of riding that one wave, Martin doubled down. He collaborated with artists like Afrojack, Usher, and Ed Sheeran, showing he could go way beyond one style. Tracks like Wizard and Gold Skies proved he had real range and staying power. Life as a touring DJ was a wild adjustment, constant travel, barely any sleep, and intense pressure, but Martin thrived. He fed off the crowd's energy. By 2016, Martin was ready to take things to the next level. He launched STMPD RCRDS, a label that let him release his music without anyone holding him back. It was more than just a business move, it was about creative freedom, giving himself and other artists a place to experiment. Launching his own label at such a young age was bold, but it paid off. Around the same time, Martin fought a legal battle to fully break free from Spinnin' Records and own his masters. It was risky, but he stood up for himself and his art. Meanwhile, he kept dropping festival anthems and delivering insane shows, from Tomorrowland to Ibiza. By running his own label, Martin set himself apart in an industry where a lot of artists feel trapped. Fans respected him even more because he wasn't afraid to do things on his own terms. In those years, he transformed from a young DJ to a true entrepreneur and role model. He showed everyone that if you believe in your vision, you don't have to follow the traditional rules. Martin built his own lane, and it inspired a new wave of young producers to dream bigger. He was crowned DJ Mag's #1 DJ in 2016 and won again in 2017, 2018, and 2020 to a streak that put him in the same league as legends like Armin van Buuren. His crossover hits also proved he could connect far beyond the dance scene. Scared to Be Lonely with Dua Lipa and There For You, with Troye Sivan mixed festival drops with pop hooks, making them radio favorites. Martin even performed at massive global events, like the closing ceremony of the 2018 Winter Olympics. Showing his appeal stretched way beyond just EDM crowds, he kept touring hard, playing everywhere from Vegas residencies to massive outdoor festivals. Martin never stood still. He kept experimenting, exploring new styles, and collaborating with artists outside traditional EDM. Tracks like Ocean with Khalid and High on Life with Bond showed a more emotional, melodic side, while still staying true to the festival energy his fans loved. In 2021, he made headlines by teaming up with U2 for We Are the People, the official anthem for the Euros. That crossover moment blended stadium rock with dance music in a way only Martin could pull off. He also built the Martin Garrix Show, a documentary series showing fans a raw, behind-the-scenes view of his tours and studio life. It made people feel closer to him, seeing the real struggles and wins behind the scenes. Martin's journey shows that no dream is too big, and that being true to yourself is the ultimate power move. From remixing tracks in his bedroom to lighting up the Olympics, he's inspired a new generation to believe that talent, hard work, and fearlessness really can change your life.